All right, guys. I guess we are live now, and let's begin the questions. Let's begin with the questions. So, give me 1 second. If you can hear my voice, let me know in the chat. If I'm audible, let me know in the chat. All right. I guess we will wait for more people to join in. Just give me one. All right. We can start with the questions now. Audible. All right. All right. Let's let's start with the questions then. Or we can wait for more people to join in as well. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can put it on the chat box. I will look into that as well. I think the lag is a bit on the higher side today, so please make sure that you're aware about it, so that you don't get so that you don't think that your question is missed. Right? The lag is just a bit higher. I think multiple seconds today. I probably forgot to change it in the settings, and I don't think I can do it now. So you'll have to deal with it. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Any stocks, any technical questions, anything of that sort. Just let me know in the chat box. Also, guys, do not copy whatever stocks you see on my watch list. All right, because that is not what I buy or what I hold. It's just whatever I'm watching, and I can be watching anything for any reason. So don't do the mistake of straight away just copying what I post on the or what you see on my watch list. It can be for multiple reasons, and that doesn't have to be technical. It can be anything. All right, it's maybe probably some sector I'm watching, some random thing. So do not straight away copy whatever stocks I have put up on my watch list. All right, just an open announcement. Also, if you already joined in, make sure that you like the video as well, first of all, before we start. And since 25 people are already here, let's talk about the index first. All right, so in what is going on in Banknifty or Nifty for that matter. So Banknifty, I have talked about this supply. I have repeatedly told you guys not to take a long here. All right, in the index, obviously stocks you can still buy because some sectors are probably still doing good. But when the index moves up like this and you try to buy, trying to catch a breakout straight away, you won't. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me just. All right. So index, basically what is going on in the index, if you see, there was a huge supply in Banknifty around this point. All right. And this was obviously the previous highest high, and there is a base here. So for some reason, if you try to buy right here, you see what are your leverages, all right? What is basically supporting your trade? Uh, or what is the extent to which your trade is already over? First of all, when you're moving out from the base, this is the time to buy. I also discussed about buying here, if you guys have attended the lives. And then obviously it took off to this supply. But if you're buying right here, let's say if you're buying on this candle, if you're looking at, let's say, the hourly chart, and trying to buy around this candle, and you're expecting it to continuously go up, that is not how it works. All right, your major base is around this level. So Bank Nifty will start to stabilize maybe somewhere in this range, or maybe even give a nice bounce on the higher side. But right here, you have no safety on the downside until this bigger base is tested. All right, so whenever you're looking at a stock to buy, make sure that you judge it only on the basis of how far it is from the previous base. If it's already very far, try to not buy it, or try to have a position size which is very small, or maybe like 30% of your original position size, so that you're prepared for something like this. Now in Nifty was obviously leading. I talked about Nifty buying here as well. And after the breakout of the highs, people are jumping in. Now see the difference between the momentum here when it starts to move out from the base versus the momentum after it has already broken out. So when it is broken out, the momentum is very slow. It's very less. All right. And yesterday was it for Nifty longs. Why? Because if you see, in the morning, there was a huge up move from this demand right here. This is the last base, and there was a huge up move from this base right here. You look at this wick right here. If I open the lower time frame charts, you will see this big spike on the open itself. All right, this big spike on the open immediately tested out the supply and then started to push lower. So when it's already pushing lower like this, and it's already weaker than Bank Nifty, even on the 5-minute charts, if you see, Nifty was much weaker. Bank Nifty was still trying to hold up the initial range. So it's weaker, it's pushing, it already tested the supply, demand is also tested. What's the logical thing to do here when it's also trading below the 50 EMA on the hourly chart? The logical thing is to not take longs. All right, I've also talked about this on the small cap chart as well. This is already marked. So I posted on the server that if this move materializes on the upside, that is when I will take a long trade. All right, this base was right here and this failed right here. So now I'm not buying fresh longs. All right. So, and you can see more or less stocks aren't really going up. So you have to be prepared for this immediate reaction in the market, because after a big move on either side, the opposite move will also happen very quickly if it has to happen. So if you're not prepared for something like this, you might get caught. But obviously, hopefully you weren't trying to take a long trade right here. Just see how ridiculous it really looks, right? So yeah, so that is about the index. Obviously, there is a demand zone right here in Nifty, which we can test, and this is a very solid base. I will definitely try to take some longs off of this base if we try to go up, but as of now, nothing for me. All right, and surprisingly, small cap is actually stronger. So that is actually a plus. You will see some small caps are still going up. They are still going up. The ones which are stronger, if you see, still continuing up. And how is it going up? You test out the last demand, you go sideways, and then you start to break out. All right. So you see all these. This is also great. I think we talked about this stock as well. So what happened after we talked about it? The same exact thing which we talked about. There is a pullback, there is an up move, and then there's a breakout. All right. So you have to know what you're looking for. You have to know exactly what you're looking for, and it will obviously continue to happen consistently if it's logical enough. All right. So many stocks are still going up. Some extended stocks are also moving. Do not buy these stocks. All right. Do not buy these stocks. The momentum will be less. You will be caught in a volatile market as well. So don't buy these stocks. Always try to catch a move from the base. So try to catch a move here if you have that trading style. All right. Try to catch moves like where is that stock? All right. What is going on here? So try to catch moves from the EMA, something like this. All right. This is also going up in a weak market, and this was on my watch as well. So do not chase a moving stock, and do not buy when the index is breaking down very clearly. All right. So that is about the indices. Small cap index is actually stronger, but it doesn't take a lot for it to suddenly turn weak. So right now it's holding up. It is basically holding up this tiny demand right here, and it's also a breakout demand of this base. So the reason why it's holding up is because this entire base, there was a breakout from this base high, this demand right here. So this is the only reason why it's holding up. Otherwise, there is no reason really here to pause. So seeing at the current candle, looking at the current candle, it can very easily do this. All right. Nifty is also in a momentum phase. There is a base here. So there is still some room on the downside. I wouldn't be very comfortable holding longs. And let's say you did buy some stock. Let's pick up a stock from my watch list. So again, I think many people made the mistake of entering this stock on the higher end as well. So again, see, it's pulling back. The demand is around this base, and this is what I was waiting for. This one as well. It was trying to break out. I actually bought this stock somewhere here, and I was out today itself. All right. So minimum loss, depending on how the index shaped up, it's not looking good. So you have to be one day, at least one day earlier than the index fall. So if the index is trying to fall, let's say today, and you see some stock is at the lows, don't expect a reaction from the low. Just scale out. If it starts to go up, just enter again. All right. Because when the index is not good, it can simply fall very, very quickly. All right. So one of the stocks which was holding up is this one. So obviously, if you're entering at the highs, that is wrong again. I've talked about it again and again. If this is the big range and this is your area of demand, so what is the demand in this structure? Basically, these collection of wicks. If you're entering here and you're not prepared for a wick like this, that is bad. All right, that is not the way to go. You want to be entering around the lower end, trying to chase the up move again. All right, so this stock is still good. I think someone has asked about it as well. This stock is still decent. It can go up if the index stabilizes, but you have to know where the demand zone is. You have to be prepared for the days like this, because this can happen anytime. All right. So let's look at a few stocks now. If you have any doubts, you can ask on the chat now. Again, Electra Green again. See, it can go up, but will I buy this in the current market? Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, because there is some space to the demand. Demand is here. There is some space. Any sort of shock to the index can easily pull this down as well. So I don't think I will buy this. It is fairly decent, holding up well, but not something which I would get in. Also, another problem with this structure is, so there was a dip here and there was this up move then. So try to understand what is going on in the broader structure here. There is a dip, there is an up move, and now it's sloping up. All right. So what does it look like? It looks something like this. There's a dip, went straight up on a V-shaped reversal, and then it's doing something like this. So this is not a proper base. All right. This is your area of demand, and this is where price is right now. So anything like this can happen if the market falls. All right. So this is not a proper base. See, this is the technicality which you will have to focus on. All right. See, this is a proper base right here. Where is the demand zone? The demand zone is somewhere here, continuously testing the demand and then forming a very nice base right here. Everything very tight and close to the demand. But if you look at the same thing here, demand is right here, your stock is sustaining right here. So not a very smart choice here to buy this stock. I would say ignore it. All right. You want to be looking at bases which look like this, something like this. Very nice, very compact structures at the demand zone. Buy right here. All right. So avoid this stock. Are you still holding? Yes, I'm holding the ones which are up. So ones which are pushing lower, I'm not holding them. So only the ones which are still showing some strength, because small cap index is stronger. If the small cap index breaks down again, then I will exit my stocks as well. All right. So again, for the new people who are joining in, make sure that you like the video first, and then maybe ask your doubts. This is a good stock, but don't buy here because of the same thing. It's very far from your demand. All right. I think already 5% far. Right. So already 5%. So not a great choice here as well. Wait out. All right. Wait out here. Let's wait for maybe some sort of a contraction here. Structure is good, but it is rejecting from the supply because of the market is falling. So let's wait out here. All right. Sterling tools. Let's talk about Sterling tools. Again, guys, make sure that you like the video if you haven't done that yet. Sterling tools, don't buy this. There is no proof of bullish behavior here. It pulled back. I think it's at a weekly, yeah. So it's at this weekly demand, weekly base. So there can be a reaction. But is it immediately bullish? I don't think so, because see, it kind of looks okay, but I'm not trying to exit at this supply immediately. So what would I want? I would want a move here, and then maybe a quick little pullback, and maybe 2-3 days of this, and then a move on the higher side. So let's look at this. Let's look at this structure and this one right here. So what is going on here? So currently this part is actually right here. So this entire area is similar to this entire area, if you can see it, right? Maybe there is a bit of a gap from the EMA here, but that is about it. There is a pullback. There is a tiny base here, pullback, tiny base here. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for this base right here, this base right here. All right. So you have to know exactly what you're looking for, and you have to be able to spot these things immediately. All right. Similar structure is actually right here. All right. So if you see what is going on, we are actually in this part. This structure and the current chart is very same, very similar. All right. So again, what do we need? A nice up move, maybe a pullback, another base, and then we are ready for an up move. All right. So these sort of technicalities you have to master. All right. You look at a chart, you immediately know what's wrong. You immediately know what has to change here. All right. It's actually similar to this chart as well. All right. So Sun Pharma. I think there was a big up move in Sun Pharma recently. Sun Pharma, don't buy it. Again, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. You are up and you have just started to go sideways. I want a dip. I want a second. I want a right hand side on the base. So So let's say so this is how it looks right now. So it goes down, it's up, and it's here right now. I want this big right hand side. All right. Actually, the right hand side here is just this part because this made a new low. So this is continuation of the downtrend. But I want this sort of a sideways structure. I want a shakeout here or something. All right. I don't want to get into a stock which is already going up. All right. MSTC Limited. Again, there might be some lag. So make sure that you are comfortable with waiting around, because your question might be might take some time to get to a question. All right. So MSTC again. Let's look at it maybe 2 days ago. Okay. Maybe somewhere here. So what is MSTC doing here? So all right. So this was the demand. This is the test of supply. I'm not exactly test of supply, which because it's far. So we want a pullback here. So let's see what happens. There was another move into the supply now. Obviously, hopefully you did not buy at the top. Because again, the same thing which I talked about in Banknifty as well. You have no leverage here. Your leverage is around the demand zone, not at the supply. So wait for the pullback, maybe a sideways move, and then it can go up. That is exactly what happened. And now it's trying to go sideways. So how will I plan my entry in this stock? Okay, let's give me 1 second. This is BSE. All right. So how will I plan it now? Let's wait for this candle to get cleared out. All right. And then we can look for an entry. Don't buy it here. All right. Medanta. All right. Global Health. Again, if you're holding it, you exit it. There is no point holding it anymore. It can still go up, but it can also go down. So avoid it now. See, there's a big up move sideways. This is where you should be out, especially in a weaker market, where the market is also breaking down and your stock is also breaking down. That is it. That it does not. Don't wait around after that. All right. The market, if it's breaking down and the stock is doing the exact same thing, you're not supposed to wait around. We are trading stocks because we want to see something different from the overall index. We want to see some strength or some specific weakness which is not there in the overall index. So if the index is weak and your stock is also falling with it, what's the point of looking at the stock? Right. Now same thing with Zomato. Don't buy a stock which is already going up. Wait for it to go sideways. Don't do the same mistakes. All right. You're looking for something like this. Something like this. Not when it's already going up. Don't get into that habit, because maybe this lasts for like 6 months, but this thing it can last years in many stocks. All right. So be safe. All right. So Bank Nifty is already down. There has been some breakout since we started talking, breakdown. And now we are into this, inside this base. Now we are inside the major base. So now we can maybe expect some sort of a relief here. All right. We can maybe expect some sort of a relief. Small cap is also pushing down, but I mean it's already bearish. So let's see what happens here. The Nifty is Nifty is not falling. So let's see what happens in Bank Nifty. Maybe we can get some sort of a relief here. What banks are actually falling? It's also the 50 DMA. See, a fall like this, don't be surprised if it closes in the middle of the candle, or if it closes back up here and just makes a wick and then suddenly it's up again, because this is your area of demand. This is your 50 DMA. This is an ongoing uptrend. What else can you expect for an up move, right? So look at some day like this. So let's look at this day. This one right here. It opened gap down into the demand below the DMA and it closed at the day high. Right? There is a the lowest 300 something and the high is 770. So 500 point up move immediately. So don't discount that possibility. Obviously, I'm not saying you take a trade in that direction, but it might happen. All right, it might happen. This is not the area to short. That's what I'm saying. All right. So be a bit cautious around here, right? If you're shorting, if something is setting up, maybe we can look for a long trade. Let's okay, SDFC Bank. So I'll talk about this in a minute. This is very important. Axis Bank, see, it's not that bad here. ICICI Bank is down to this demand. Again, if you see, it's down to this base. The trend is not broken yet, so anything can happen. It can go up. I am not discounting that possibility at all. All right. So no shorts here. Also, the people who are joining right now, make sure that you like the video. All right. All right. So Bank Nifty is, again, there might be a bit of delay because I take some time with every question. So make sure that you stick around for your question as well. Bank Nifty previous base 50 moving out. Yeah. So don't take a delta neutral position here because don't fight the momentum just yet. Let it calm down. Let it show you something. All right. Let it do something. Don't jump into trades right now. All right. Because see, it's going down. It can immediately maybe form a candle like this and go back up. You never know that. All right. So especially on the downside, and it's already moving, just stay out. Just wait for it to maybe actually, if it, so in what condition would I take a long trade or maybe any sort of trade? If it goes up and closes around the VWAP like this. All right. If this area is locked, because tomorrow if it opens gap down, I know this can provide some support then. So let's just wait out. Nothing yet. All right. Jindal photo bought at 384. All right. I guess it's already gone. Looks like a good trade to me. Nothing here anymore. So dynamic cable. All right. This is not exactly bad, but okay. Is it not on NSE? All right. So not exactly bad, but will I buy this? Maybe you can buy it. Okay. So maybe you can look into it. I cannot say buy it, but maybe you can look into it. It's not exactly a bad chart. But what I would advise you to do is space out your entries in this. All right. So don't get in with your complete position size here if you're buying it. Space it out. Buy something here. Maybe if it does form a base here, then add something. Don't jump in straight away. All right. So it is trying to do something here. Let's see how far this goes. Madras fertilizers. Yeah, fertilizer stocks actually, a lot of them look good on the high time frame. So there is a very strong supply here. Market is down, but a lot of fertilizer stocks are setting up. It looks good here. A lot of fertilizer stocks. I think RCF is also one of them, which looks good. So similar structures across the board in fertilizers. So maybe some sector which you should be keeping a watch on. All right, because a lot of similar structures on the weekly chart is forming on fertilizers. I think fact has already moved up. So this has already moved up. So this is the strongest stock. Obviously, it's already breaking out. Let's look at a few more. Okay, so avoid this one. Avoid Chambal. So some fertilizer stocks are setting up the small cap, mid cap stocks of fertilizer space. All right, BSC. BSC. I think it's already up. Yeah, it's way up. I'm not sure what you're trying to do here, but it's. I'm not really sure. It's already way up. GM Breweries. All right. Again, this has gone as well. This is also gone. It was actually a decent trade around this area. Probably we talked about it as well. Not sure. But right now, absolutely not. Nothing here. All right, Team Lease Services. Or whatever it's called, Team Lease. I think it's services only. Yeah. So weekly chart is bad. Very clearly, it's bad. When till the weekly EMA is sloping down, it's bad. All right. When it starts to go up, then it's all right. But when it looks like this, just stay out. Prices will go up when it looks like this. All right. So as soon as it turns around in this area, the stock is out. And it has fallen like from 5,000 to 2,000. So that's a big fall. That's a 60% drop. Sona BLW. I completely forgot about this stock. It's been a strong stock. So, okay. Okay, see, it can go up. All right. It can go up. But be conservative with how much you expect it to go up. All right. Because this is your weekly supply. This is a very strong weekly supply right here. So be kind of conservative with how far you expect this to go. All right. It looks all right. It's a bit extended, so don't buy in with your full size here. If tomorrow it makes a candle like this, you will be in trouble. All right, Tata Investment. You should hold it. I am also in this stock. I think someone asked about someone asked about this in the live itself. I think somewhere here. Great trade. It is holding this supply right now. Maybe it goes up. I would suggest you to hold it because I am also holding it. Just a disclaimer. It can go up. All right. So what do we have now? Permanent magnets. All right. Permanent magnets. I wouldn't buy this honestly. After such a down move, I am kind of skeptical. So if it goes up and then maybe holds the demand, then maybe I'll buy it, but not here. Not here. DCM Shriram. DCM Shriram. This is strong. Yeah, this is all right. But again, I actually want stocks which have went down below the EMA. So just like a little deep push and then a move back up. That feels much safer to me. This is not bad, but if I would have to buy this, I would buy it with a smaller size, not my full size. Uno Minda, we have talked about this stock in almost every single live. There is nothing going on here, right? We talked about it here. We talked about it on this top and this top as well. The demand is here. So let it do something like this. If it breaks out from here itself, don't buy this. All right. You want to focus on the last area of demand, which is right here. So don't buy it here. All right. Let's talk about Muthoot Capital Finance, Capital Service. Again, nothing. If it's already sloping up, it's out. So similar rules across the board for every single stock. I talk about if it's sloping up, don't buy it. If it has some sort of a gap in the range, don't buy it. If it's sloping down, don't buy it. It has to be flat. It has to be a rounding bottom. Only this. So it has to be okay. This stock is kind of bad. So it has to be flat, which is something like this. All right, flat here. You see flat here, and flat here. So it has to be flat. All right. Jindal Photo, yeah, you can book Jindal Photo now. It has already gone up. Nothing much to say about it. SCI, shipping service, shipping CP. It's already gone. It's already gone. There was a very nice weekly entry here. I'm not sure if you guys took it. Maybe some of you did. But this was a very nice entry. But right here. But now it's gone. Avoid it at all costs. Do not buy stocks which have moved up like this. Alright, Geeky Ventures or Geecy, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. But this has also gone. If you've already bought it, maybe around this candle or something, that's good. But right here, not a good trade. Not a good trade. So this also gives you a lot of idea about the small cap index. If multiple stocks are extended and multiple stocks are doing the same thing, then the index is bound to go there. So let's say let's look at multiple stocks. So see, this is rejecting from this supply. This is already falling. This is all right. This is also falling. There is some supply build up here. There is some supply build up here. Supply build up here. Okay, this is strong. Supply build up, obviously this is falling. Supply build up again at the top, and this is falling. So multiple stocks are doing the same things, and there is not a single demand zone in sight. So what is the expected move now? Maybe another fall, or maybe some sort of a wick to stabilize here. Not an immediate up move in the small caps. In Banknifty, maybe there can be an up move because banks, we have looked at it. SBI is actually at this demand right here. ICICI Bank is also at this demand. So maybe in banks there can be an up move. Axis Bank is also strong and this demand is not far. IndusInd Bank is also at the demand. So banks, maybe we can get an up move, but small caps look kind of dicey here. So just wait out here. All right, no need to jump into stocks right now. Is the mentorship still open? Yes, it is still open. You can hit me up on Instagram and we can go from there. Also, please mention your username of YouTube username so that I know that it's the same person. All right. So delivery. All right. This stock fell very hard last year. Avoid it. Again, we want a flat base. We want a multiple month flat base, not a structure which is going up like this, especially after this supply. Don't buy this. Jyoti, alright, Joe Tires. Okay, this is a new stock. Okay, Jyoti Raisins. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is also extended. There was an entry right here actually. I was watching this as well. There was an entry right here, big move, but now it is extended. Don't buy it. Don't buy it here. It is too far gone. Yeah, SDFC Bank. Exit in HCI. If you're holding from the bottom, you should exit. All right, SDFC Bank. What is going on? So a big trend change in SDFC Bank has happened. All right, so let's look at the weekly charts. So this was the previous swing low. This got broken. We went up to the weekly supply. All right, went up to the weekly supply, and then we are at this candle. So this is a complete change in weekly trend in HDFC Bank, which can maybe be detrimental to Banknifty for some time. All right, so again, for people who are buying HDFC Bank here, what are you doing, guys? But if you are intelligent enough to not buy it, looking at this supply right here, good job. It is in a complete downtrend, and downtrends do start like this. There was some news yesterday which was the reason of the fall, but I'll show you how downtrends happen, because this is a repeating concept. If you guys are not ready for it, you might be shocked when it happens in real time. Look at this area right here. Look at this area right here. Bullish, bullish, bullish here. Breaks demand zones here. All right. Then there is a very sharp rally to this supply. So there are a couple of wicks right here, and boom, again you get a new low. All right. Again, breaks demand here. Some supply build up, and again we start pushing here. So in downtrends, the opposite move will be very sharp. All right. I'll show this on the index as well. Let's look at the index. So look at this. Big consolidation, all right, but it is not happening at the supply. Supply is here. As soon as it touches the supply, big drop. Same thing here. Goes up. There is this supply right here. Big drop. It happens very, very quickly. You will realize it here. So you have to be prepared for it at the supply itself. If the supply gets broken, let that be a surprise. All right. So if the trend is on the downside and I'm right here, even if this move looks very strong to me, I don't want to be surprised by this. I will be surprised if the trend is broken. Hopefully that is clear, because this fall, it happens on the back of some news. There will be a 2-3 day consolidation here, and boom, it opens 4% down. Right? So I will be surprised if the trend breaks. I don't want to be surprised if the trend continues. All right, because that is where the biggest moves will happen. Same here. Look at this. Look at this entire area. What happens? Goes up. There is a supply, right? Doesn't even go to the supply actually. And then what happens? Just complete destruction in a week. Same thing here. Immediate destruction. All right. So be surprised when the trend breaks. Don't be surprised when it's clearly a downtrend. And let's just look at it here, because I'll show you what can go wrong. See, this will not look bearish to you. All right. This won't look bearish to you at all in real time, but it is holding this entire area of supply. There was a big fall. So why do I want to take a long here? There is no reason to take a long here. I will be surprised if it breaks out. All right. So there is a gap down again from this supply. This entire area is full of supplies. And look at what happens here. All right. So looking at this candle, you won't be expecting this, but it will happen. This is how downtrends work. I don't want to be surprised if this happens. I will be okay with letting it break out, and I will be missing maybe 1 day of an up move in some stock. But I don't want to get caught here. Again, look at the move here. But this move looks extremely strong. It has undercut these lows. It has gone up, but supply is not broken yet. Supply is right here. And see here what can happen. Look at the consolidation here. Very, very weak. It can go down immediately. And this is what happens again in a matter of one day, it's gone. All right. So you won't get time at a supply to square off your trade. If it's downtrending, don't act smart and try to catch a pullback. All right. This won't feel good in the live market, trust me. All right. Same thing here. Immediate fall, immediate fall. The move is over right here. I am surprised that this happened. All right. I want to be surprised if it breaks out because I will be safe every time this happens. Same thing here. This demand zone is gone. Obviously, this is not a complete breakdown, but this candle from the supply, I'm very cautious. Now I'm not trying to catch a move from the demand immediately. I'm waiting for it to slow down because the momentum can carry it all the way. All right. So be very careful when there is something like so when there is something like this. See again here as well, pulls back to the supply, and on the same day itself, in a matter of 1.5 days, it fell down 400 points. All right. So be very careful when it's at a supply. You don't want to be surprised. This is trying to go up, but don't buy here. All right. So we will stop the live here because I have discussed a lot of stuff today, and I will see you guys again next week. If you're not liked the video, make sure that you like it, and